Good morning and welcome to our yet another edition of the Hindu Mein DJ. Today, that is September 1st, 2023. We'll start with the front page news. As you know that opposition parties are meeting in Mumbai, and so Congress and yesterday Financial Times and The Guardian published reports from the organization of crime the organized crime and corruption reporting projects report related to Adani company's offshore entities dealing in say insider tradings and things like that. You could say that it's a further of Hindenburg, the short-selling firm, New York-based short-selling firm that has, in beginning of this year, has alleged that Adani's rise is the biggest financial con of this century. So, the Financial Times and the Guardian had published yesterday's edition this organized crime and corruption reporting projects detailing of that how these things. We'll have another article in text and context where we'll deal in details what are the matters that is being disclosed and what is new things in that. Here in the front page, what we find that Rahul Gandhi has asked for a joint parliamentary committee probe in this allegation, saying that is the independent India's biggest fraud on Securities and Exchange Board of India's violations and things like that. So, and Prime Minister should come out clean on the allegations that Adani's are very close to them. So, another news is in the front page section is for statehood for the, as you know that Constitution Bench led by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chanchur is hearing the petition of regarding abrogation of Article 317 Jammu and Kashmir. So, appearing for the Government of India, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta said that we are ready for election in the state anytime, but regarding the restoration of statehood, that it has become now union territory, it will take time because the state has undergone violent phases, so it will take time, and but elections we are ready for that. So that's a news front page. Another news in the spotlight section that we'll handle today is on Punjab's drug problem. That how you know that Urta Punjab, a movie was made on Punjab's drug issues. Recently Netflix brought a series named Kohra that is also goes in deep into opioid crisis, that is a drug crisis that Punjab is facing. So this today the spotlight goes on a person's initiative. Is a person, you could say it's a person's initiative into forming of vigilant village level Nasha Roko committee, NRC, in all sort of village, in especially Malwa region of Punjab, south of Punjab, Malwa region. What has come out a new development that people, villagers have volunteered to name and shame the drug addicts, drug peddlers, and those pharmacies who are selling the prescription only drugs that is being legal, but it is being misused for that. So it's that is on a spotlight is handles on that. Another in editorial section we have one editorial that is based on China's releasing of its map that has annoyed its neighbors, not only India but also Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, because China proclaims virtually all of South China Sea, even international waters are their own. So in the map, that is a routine habit of it's earlier also they have released this sort of map wherein they show Arunachal Pradesh of India and Aksai Chin region that Indian government has reiterated that it is of India. So this region, that is one of the editorial, another editorial on Asia Cup, that how Asia Cup has become a victim of India-Pakistan rivalries, and sportship has been victim of that one. Then one editorial is on Tamil Nadu's caste violence, Dalit violence, that in southern region of Tamil Nadu, what we find that recent incidents happen that school students from the predominantly dominant caste groups have attacked a Dalit boy and his sibling sister also at home with so, and it talks about that Periyar's movement of anti-Brahmin movement that he brought, it could not reach to anti-caste movement, and Dravids are Dalits are basically facing the heat from dominant caste groups, and the state is unable to do. It says that it is having a diminishing hollow on Tamil Nadu's otherwise prosperity and development. Then we have one editorial on Faizan Mustafa, who is currently Vice Chancellor of Chanakya National Law University. He has written on Informed Civil Code. As you are aware of, if you follow his YouTube channel, he has number of issues he has dealt in his YouTube channel on Informed Civil Code from various perspectives. He has seen it from Hindu Code Bill, Islamic scholars' perspective, constitutional aspects. So in today's editorial, Faizan Mustafa has a specific issue regarding the child custody, that our progressive Informed Civil Code should look into progressive aspects of custody of a child, that we have that natural father is a natural guardian, and after him the mother, and that is in the among the Hindus. So it says that basically this article, this editorial says that Informed Civil Code should not be concerned only with polygamy and divorce. It has other issues, and so this custody issue is also child's custody issue is very much, and changes should be brought in for that. Then we have one important article that in text and context section, that is regarding the, as we said in the front page news regarding that Rahul Gandhi has asked for joint parliamentary committee, and that it deals with what is the issue basically and how it all happened. It goes into great detail. Basically you could say that analysis sort of things on Adani Saga, that will come to. So let us come now we come to our editorial section. So let us come to our first spotlight section. Briefly we will develop, then we go for this. As I said in my beginning introduction, that that's a spotlight concerned about the title of this is the anti-drug lords. Anti-drug lords. Who are these anti-drug lords? Those who are Nasa Roko committees, NRC, they call it NRC, Nasa Roko committees, being organically formed in the villages of Malba region of Punjab due to very much debilitating effect drugs are being causing, and it's a popularly known as chitta, that is a heroin based opioid that is being misused, and most often overdose of it leads to instant death. So people are up in arms against, and they lack trust in a policing system. So what happened? The case it starts with this Malwa region. It's a case starts with a person named Parvinder Singh Jhota. Jhota means bull. Parvinder Singh Jhota, who has been detained by the Mansa district police on the charges of various charges. So actually his rise and his influence, and in district court of Mansa, every day there is a sit-ins for last 47 days for his and there is widespread demand for his release. They say that he was right in his and he was quite popular. So what was his methods? He himself, this Parminder Singh Jhota himself was he was a brilliant student. He was athletic personality, but somehow he got in earlier age he got addicted to drugs, but he got himself rid of it, and now he ventured into stopping this phenomena among the youth of Punjab, of his region. So what was his modus operandi was that he will see two types of things. One is chitta, that is heroin based opioid, that is a direct drugs, and you know that under the NDPC Act, Narcotics and Psychotropic Drugs Act, keeping less than 250 gram of opium is not considered a commercial expertise, so charges are less. So what happens that its availability, it's bordering Pakistan, and other factors are there. So one is chitta, another one is that there is a legally prescribed drug also. It's legal. There's a name. This name is pregabalin. It's a pregabalin. It's popularly known by signature because the company that manufactures it legally, and it is available in pharmacist shops. But often, as you know, that pharmacists in order to have more money, they sell it without prescription. It's available in Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Kendras also, and it is being used for de-addiction centers for painkiller and sort of things relieving, but it is also being misused from the chemist. So what he used to do is that he will expose those chemists who are selling it and live telecast it on social media. So he got popularity for that. And other thing was that this Nasa what we say Roko committees, they will watch over their village routes, and the youth, those who are voluntarily joining these Nasa Roko committees, they will keep a watch on village routes, and they will question the people who are coming, and if they find out that he is addict or a peddler, then they will according to this, they will do the seva. You know that in Sikh Dharma, Sikh religion, seva has a utmost importance that everybody is supposed to do. But here the seva has some other meanings, and then they will hand over to police. Now these Nasa Roko committees are coming up in the Malwa region of Punjab due to you could say that failure of policing system. It's basically job of police. Whereas the police say that most of these, they are not, these Nasa Roko committees are unable to get hold of any peddlers or big drug lords or something like that. It's mostly those who are drug addicts, those who have lapsed again in after coming in the de-addiction center, and they have lapsed into again. So they have a small 5 gram to 10 gram of chitta, and they people are only being accosted by these Nasa Roko committee members. But whatever it is the region, but it's quite popular, and so this anti-drug laws, that is being, this is the major gist of this spotlight section. Then we come to our editorial section. In the editorial section, that first one is regarding The first one is regarding mapping ties. And China must show its neighbors the sensitivity that it demands of them. Of course, China should show, but as you know, overinterpret. What Chinese ministry said that India should not overinterpret. It's a routine affair, showing others territories their own. Now you know that it all started when in after scrapping of Article 370 and making Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories, India released a new map showing Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh as its union territories. So in that map, India reiterated that Aksai Chin is ours, and of course it is ours. It is being held by the enemy forces, but it is ours. It's our reiteration. Our parliament has also reiteration that we'll have it one day. And this article say that after that only that in 2020 Galwan Valley incident occurred, and lots of infrastructure building exercise by Chinese Liberation Army, Chinese People's Army that have been on the line of actual control being assembled. And you know that India has also done its part. Now it's that line of actual control has become a very much hot line between two countries. So this particular, after release of this 2023 map, this editorial says that recent BRICS summit in Johannesburg, South Africa, they met briefly Xi Jinping and our Prime Minister. But nothing sort of concrete came out on de-escalation and things like that. Now it's a Chinese media has butted that next week we have a G20 summit in Delhi. And now they say that it may be possible, it is being rumored, they have not denied it, that Xi Jinping may not be coming. He will send his Premier Li Qiang to Delhi. That is another setback, or in order to dilute India's presidency of G20. But here in this issue, it is said that this showing of Aksai Chin, Arunachal Pradesh and South China Sea as Chinese territory has led to its neighbors being very much critical of Chinese instance. It is not only India. After India's rebuttal and a strong statement by Ministry of External Affairs, countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, they have also come out with strong measures, because China shows all of the South China Sea as their own territories. They have even made artificial islands, you know it, in South China Sea. So that is the one article. And then we have neighbors, rivals. The Asia Cup remains hostage to India-Pakistan relation. Say that Asia Cup was started in 1984 in order to spread this bonhomie between the Asian countries through cricket. Cricket, as we know, that a very popular game in subcontinent brought by the Britishers. And India, Pakistan are international players, even Bangladesh, Sri Lanka is also. So now Afghanistan, Nepal has also this year entry, United Arab Emirates is there. So it says that Asia Cup was hosted by Pakistan, but since India refused to visit Pakistan, it created a situation wherein Sri Lanka pitched in and it co-hosted the Asia Cup along with Pakistan. So now the final will be in Colombo, and the matches that India is will be in Sri Lanka. And so the article says that due to rivalries there, due to the relations changing, evolving relations between India and Pakistan, Asia Cup has become hostage to it, and there are repercussions over it. Then we have one article, will come to in editorial section itself, Dalit-targeted violence. Dalit-targeted violence, a deeming of Tamil Nadu's hollow. A deeming of Tamil Nadu's hollow. Tamil Nadu is an industrial state. We know that it's a mammoth economic giant of Indian south state. And here it deals with the caste violence. the incident has what has triggered this sort of thing is that in a Dalit school student was attacked at home by fellow classmates for some silly reasons, and it says that dominant caste, as you know that sociological dominant caste is a sociological term, so mostly OBC, you could say other backward classes people are being classified as dominant caste people. So it says that Periyar, you know, that had this anti-Brahmin movement in Tamil Nadu, and that led to reform measures and all. And Dravid parties that came to rule Tamil Nadu, you know that since 1969, no national party has been able to rule Tamil Nadu. It's either Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam or All India Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam. That was earlier led by MGR, and DMK was led by Karunanidhi. Now it's DMK rules the state. Right now CM Stalin is there, son of Karunanidhi, and after demise of Jayalalitha, AIDMK has been bifurcated into two parts. But this article says that these ruling parties, that's DMK or AIDMK, they never come out against these sort of incidents that occur in south of Tamil Nadu quite often, because they are numerically a strong position, politically also connected, they have resources, the dominant caste people. And Dalits are a victim of, you could say, double victim they become. That's earlier they were forefront at the anti-Brahmin movements, and when it comes to talking of things like that, they say they come together. So the article says that Periyar movement led to anti-Brahmin movement, led to other backward classes people coming to the forefront of the ruling the state, but it has not reached this anti-Brahminism has not reached anti-caste movement, thereby getting some sort of relief for Dalit people. They are resource-wise also they are poor, and politically also they are not that much represented. Their voices are not being listened. So this, you might have seen a movie by recently, Mammanan was a Marvi Selvaraj, very famous movie, and it leads Udayinidhi Maran, son of his current incumbent CM Stalin. Stalin's son Udayinidhi Maran played a Dalit protagonist in Mammanan, and Fahad Fasil, a Malayali actor, had represented the dominant caste hegemony, personification of the hegemony of a dominant caste people. So Tamil cinema is quite conscious of Dalit resurgence. It shows it's not like our Bollywood is still trapped in Pathan and Jawan and in between. Oh my God! So if you see, it's available on Netflix. If you watch, you will realize that what happened, what was the fallacy of the Periyar anti-Brahmin movement, that how could not it percolate to the bottom of the society where they are the ultimate sufferer. So this article says that even the present day ruling parties are not taking into consideration these aspects, and that is dimming the hollow of Tamil Nadu. Then now we come to our next one article, that is written by Faizan Mustafa, who is the Vice Chancellor of Chanakya National Law University, Patna. And if you visit his YouTube channel, you will find lots of material. He has elaborated on Informed Civil Code from every aspect: constitutional jurisprudence, Hindu Code Bill, Muslim family laws, Muslim personal laws, and what should be an ideal of an Informed Civil Code. So here in today's article in the Hindu, he goes for a progressive UCC must protect the child's best interest. regarding the child custody, that it varies religion wise. Among the Hindus, it is being said that father is the biological father is the natural guardian, and after him his wife, that's mother of the child. After him was being defined by Supreme Court in case of Gita Hariharan, that after him, it doesn't mean after his death or something like that. It means in the absence of father, mother will have the natural guardianship. Likewise, it deals with that in among the Islamic laws, different schools that have Hanafi school, Safi school, Maliki school, Hanbali school. These schools have different approaches, and here the basic thing is that right of the child and not the right of the parents is the predominant aspect. So rights of the child is the predominant aspect. So, and then this article goes into explain that cases in the Bombay High Court where it has happened that even a rape accused father was given custody of the child in quite contravention of the moorings. And it goes on to say that if practices like that continues and things, that nobody will come forward to adopt child. So there should be rights of the adopting parents, should be the people who adopt the child should be legally in such a manner projected that they should come forward. Otherwise, who will come to adopt a child if after some times they are being legally challenged and courts orders them to give it to natural parents. So this case deals with that also aspect. So I would like to quote that trauma which a child and its adoptive parents would undergo was not given much consideration. Through the court though the court did acknowledge that child would undergo some difficulty, and it finally concluded it by saying that a progressive informed civil code not overemphasize biological ties. Okay, a progressive informed civil code should not overemphasize biological ties. It must protect the rights of adoptive parents, otherwise people would not adopt children. Similarly, it should not insist on the matrimonial bond between parents and should ideally make provision of guardianship even for single parent, surrogate parent or queer parents. Now, the last section that we'll have is on text and context, that is on the Adani Saga. The title is Decoding the OCCRP's Adani Report. Decoding the OCCRP's Adani Report? Okay, what is OCCRP? OCCRP is the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. It's a network of investigating journalists, and they have come out with the very explosive reports on Adani's insider trading's allegations. Earlier this year, Hindenburg, a short-selling firm based in New York, had come out with allegations that it is a corporate con, and it has lots of manipulation, overlooking by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, and things means you could say it is being overlooked its growth, such a growth. Now, recent development is that in Hindenburg Saga they could not find out exactly the offshore company's ownership pattern. Now, in this report that is being released in the Financial Times and the Guardian yesterday edition by this Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, they say that Gautam Adani's brother, Vinod Adani, has offshore companies based in Dubai, Mauritius, Bahamas, and how did they manipulate The basic law is that for in India, according to SEBI, there is a law that any listed company should not have more than 75% of its shares as family or promoters shares. It means 25% of the company's listed shares should be free float. Free float in the sense that that much share could be bought by or sold by anybody who wishes to invest. So what is the story in that? In that story is that out of that 25% that is a free float, this law has been violated by Binod Adani, that is Gautam Adani's brother, who is based in Singapore basically, but here they are able to find out two citizens. One is from UAE, another one is from Taiwan, and these two people have formed a company in Dubai that has invested in Mauritius, and from Mauritius to its Bahamas, and again through Bahamas to Mauritius and Mauritius to India. That you know that India and Mauritius has a sort of treaty where lots of investment, foreign portfolio investments are coming through Mauritius routes. Now the issue that is being discussed here is that in what is explosive is that you know that after Hindenburg's expose, Supreme Court has set up expert committee, and SEBI is also being mandated to go into details of the allegations being made by Hindenburg. Now SEBI said that it had no allegations, no report or something like that about Adani company's insider trading charges. Now it may amount to perjury, because now this Financial Times report has exposed, it says that it's not like that. Director of Revenue Intelligence, DRI, had submitted a report with evidence in a CD to the then chief of SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, and he did not take action, and after a few months government changed and the incumbent government, Modi government, came to power, and it was given, the case was closed by DRI. And SEBI also never conceded that it had received a report from DRI regarding the dealings in shares of Adani listed companies, insider sellings and rising of prices of its shares and things like that. Now they say that no, it's like that one aspect that Director of Revenue Intelligence had given a report to the SEBI, and SEBI did not take action, and that director continued till 2017. And right now he is now you know that NDTV is now bought by Adani's. So here in the NDTV now that person is an independent director. That one aspect is there, said why and how SEBI overlooked and closed the case. Then one new development happened in 2018, that there were certain rules regarding finding the ultimate beneficiaries of foreign portfolio investors. That has also rules were changed, and now SEBI has said in Supreme Court that 13 entities, those they are unable to find out who are the ultimate beneficiaries of these 13 entities, those who have shares in or invested or sort of relations with Adani's projects. Now out of that 13, two companies that is being mentioned by this Financial Times report, that has been released with the collaboration of Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, is the two person we just mentioned is the one UAE based person citizen and Taiwan based citizen. They are working, it appears from the report that they are directly working under the command of Binod Adani, who is a promoter of Adani groups. So if it is true, then it is a violation of that 25% free float shares should be in the market. What actually happened, you will realize that Adanis have maximum shares to their own. they have very, it's not, their shareholding is very high in their listed companies also, their own family members and all promoters share. Now it says that it violates that law, free float law, it's violate. Another aspect is that SEBI was given the report by Director of Revenue Intelligence and it did not acknowledge this part or did not take action, and that case was also closed later on. Rules were changed in 2018 to find out the ultimate beneficiary of foreign portfolio investors in the country. Now since Supreme Court is monitoring this case, so we will see what are the future repercussions and whether it's a case of perjury or other related charges. Thank you very much.